I think if you're trying to win a championship, I would rather have as my third guy Austin Reeves and the things he does than Bradley Beal if my top two guys are those guys.
Me being compared to him, I took offense to that.
Nurkic, nice ball rotation. Beal triple on strides. Beal takes aim from three. Out of energy for a big man off the bench. Three. Beal good. Free. Durant to Beal. Another three. The first half.
I ain't got no legs.
Bitch-ass white boy.
I'm not going to overact them beating the Lakers. The Lakers stink.
But I will.
He can't save you.
And what does that mean?
I was talking to myself.
Both the Celtics and the Lakers losing on the same night of basketball. Tis magnifique. Tis delicious. Tis scrum-diddlyumptious. I love it. I crave it. I need it every day, every night. I should have expected the Suns to come out swinging after being embarrassed by the Clippers game prior to this one. Though them dominating the way that they did not see that coming. I do not care for the Suns. I expect them to get bounced in the second round. I hope they prove me wrong. I don't have any real stock in their overall success as a team, so I'm not high on them at all in general. Pretty much every team that has some storied hype around them this year is not doing good. The Warriors, the Suns, the Lakers, and I love it. If only the Clippers were doing awful, but we can't have everything we want. I remember not too long ago, maybe about 2 weeks and some change, I saw an article where Kevin Durant was restless and just unsatisfied with the makeup of the team, what was going on, because they had suffered some pretty embarrassing losing stretches and they weren't really bringing their head up above water. They've now won 6 of their last 10 games, due in part largely to Bradley Beal being in the lineup because he's basically missed a majority of the first part of the season. Now that he's been here for a small sample size, of course, we're able to see the offensive juggernaut that the Suns have been billed out to being. Beal and Booker alone had 68 points between them. Kevin Durant didn't have to do much tonight. He had 18 points on some pretty efficient shooting, but he seemed like he took a back seat basically because Beal and Booker had the hot hand. So it was like, oh yeah, just get them the ball and some things. There was a point that Shaq had brought up on Inside the NBA where he would much rather see all of them basically have 20 instead of just having 2 players go off and have one take a back seat, because then you know everybody's getting involved, everybody's sharing the ball. There's a lot of great offensive fluidity. I do agree with that. As somebody who has said numerous times, I think the Suns are too top heavy and their surrounding personnel kind of leave a lot to be desired. I mean, you had Eric Gordon tonight. He was 2 for 11. Grayson Allen was 2 of 8. Nobody particularly shot the ball well for the Suns. It's just Devin Booker and Bradley Beal doing all the offensive showmanship and Durant, who's kind of resting in the game because he doesn't have to do much of anything. I don't see that conducive to winning games for a prolonged duration. I don't see that as a solid team when your stars are the ones that have to be stars each and every single night in order for you to win games. Yes, they blew the Lakers out. Oh yeah, that's great and everything. But if one of them is having an off shooting night, then the other 2 will have to make up for it. And then what if 2 of them aren't doing particularly well? You need your second unit to put some points on the board. You need them to be able to get more involved. You need more than just 2 to 3 people. And especially if someone of the 3 of them gets injured, then you're going to be down and back the same way you were at the start of the season. Phoenix has a puncher's chance. That's about all I see of them as a team. I'd have confidence in the Lakers being able to make it to the Western Conference Finals way before the Suns, because I think LeBron and Davis as a tandem are more trustworthy to perform like themselves, or a version close to that, than Durant and Booker, only because of previous history and what we've seen them be able to do and not be able to do. And when it comes to the Lakers, everything that I've been saying about them applies to this game, and you could have seen it on display in real time. Just not guarding the 3 well, just slow on defense. They look lethargic. They slow to really be able to get started in the first quarter. And if you keep up that momentum and you keep attacking them like that, they will not come back. If you get complacent, they will creep up. They'll slowly chip away the lead, and then they'll start to make a run in the third quarter, which is a problem, an issue, and goes to show what this team tries to get away with throughout the majority of the regular season. Teams that coast during the season and then want to care when it's nearly over and flip a switch and try to make a run, I do not like them, nor do I respect them. And the Lakers are the epitome of that very team.
The Lakers don't play with the same vigor in the regular seasons as they do in March and April. They wait and think they could turn it on. LeBron says, get me to the playoffs. Once I get there, you can't beat me in 7.
Unless you're the Nuggets, which I certainly hope happens again. I find that way of doing things lazy and disingenuous to the fans, because not everybody is going to be able to afford tickets in the playoffs when you give a damn. So in the regular season, you will be losing to teams that you know you should be better than. And you're like, oh, we can coast, we can screech by into the play-in, and then we could just turn it on. I don't like it. And one of the reasons why that did the Lakers in last year is because they had yet to see what type of team they were when they're playing at their best in the regular season, where you can make adjustments and try to change things. Because even when you're at your best, that does not mean in any way, shape, or form you cannot be better, that you won't have some issues. So you round them out in the regular season, and by the time you reach the playoffs, this is your team's final iteration, your final form, if this was anime. But you don't know what your final form is because you don't try in the regular season like that. You just get by with lukewarm play. I don't care that they had Westbrook and they traded him at the trade deadline back then, and then they got a whole new team. They do that every single year. I don't care about any of that. This is the same process each and every single year. I'm sick of LeBron-led teams feeling as though they can shortchange the regular season and the fans, by extension, in lieu of playoff success, because that's all that matters. LeBron was 3 for 11 tonight and 0 for 4 at the three-point line. Even if he had done good, they probably still would have lost this game, because he's now reached a point in his career where he himself doesn't impact winning. If he has a good game, Lakers can lose. If he has a bad game, Lakers can lose. Really doesn't matter one way or the other. And you now see Laker faithful and the media over here wondering, what's the issue? I don't understand it. LeBron and AD are both healthy and playing good, but the Lakers are still losing? Now we got to start throwing people under the bus. And I heard Reggie Miller, as he was on announcing this thing, it was basically naming one excuse after another, like every other team isn't experiencing the exact same things. Yes, Reeves needs to stay consistent and play better. Yes, D'Angelo Russell needs to play better. Taurean Prince, everybody needs to play better, and there are things they can improve upon. But when your star player, the face of your team, is shooting 3 for 11, when is that his fault? My play has nothing to do with you building houses for pigs. So if I gotta play better, you gotta play better too. I hear the media and all that already doing the whole, some trades need to happen, some this and that and stuff like this. This team is fine the way it is. You just need to do better. You need to look within yourselves. Look in the mirror. Where are you going to go? You go get on Westbrook again? Maybe he could help. I don't know. That's just nonsensical to me. But a video on that and everything about this is coming. I want to thank you all for watching. Tell me, what did you think about this game and just all the blowouts that took place tonight? And tell me if you have any qualms about what I said about teams that flip a switch and just kind of rest in the regular season. Do you agree with that? Do you disagree with that? Let me know below. Like and subscribe if you're new. Thank you so much, and I shall see y'all on the next one.